Okay, when I left you last, we had just explored the library and what I call the planetarium. So I'm going to take a look at some other areas of the island. I want to revisit this portion right here on the dock, because as I was looking around myself, I noticed something before that I had forgotten about. And down here we looked at this list here, and it says water turbulent pool 67. There is a button here I missed before, and you notice it says 67. Now if we look at the pool, we will see water turbulent pool. So what would happen if we put in one of these other codes? Let's try marker switch diagram 47. It's showing us an example of what the marker switch looks like, and this is supposed to look as if it's a 3D image. Let's try one of the other images. Let's try the topographical extrusion test, and that was number 40. It gives us a 3D image of an island. Now this isn't Myst Island, this is just an example of what this machine is capable of. Now if you remember correctly from the first episode, we found a letter from, and I will say it correctly this time, Atrus, A-T-R-U-S, to his wife Catherine, and it stated that if she put in the number of marker switches on the island into this machine, she would receive a message from him. So we are going to make sure that we keep track of all those switches out here so that we can place that into this machine. Okay, so we found one here, one up on the hill. And I'm going around in circles. One at the planetarium. None in there. One here at what looks like a spaceship. Let's take a look inside here. Can't get inside this one yet. There's a pole here, and I see a ladder. So let's see if we can get down to this ladder. I have to go a little further here. Go up the ladder, and another switch, but this isn't a marker switch, this is more of a power switch. We're not hearing anything right now, so it's likely that we're going to need to figure out how to connect the power for this. Let's go down this pathway and see what we see. If you look at each of these boxes, they each have images on them. We have a leaf, a bird, we saw that one already. Ah, another switch. That's 5. An arrow. An anchor. A bug of some sort. It almost looks like a tick. Blech. A snake. And I believe that's it. Like I said, everything has a purpose here. Oh, an eye. That means we're missing one. Which one have I missed? Bird. Leaf. feel like I'm missing one here. Okay, I'll have to come back to that. Let's go down this hill here. Some butterflies. Another switch. That makes 6. Let's go inside here. This looks almost like a power station. If you look, the lines go up towards that spaceship. Looks like we have some sort of power station in here. Different combinations of buttons give us different numbers. So I'm thinking that in order to get this to work correctly, we have to get the right combination of numbers here. Okay, I don't think we're getting it. We are going to have to find out what the clue is for this one. Aha! Power and power to spaceship. Okay, I'm going to make a note of what this says, because somewhere it's going to tell us how to set these up. And we're going to need power and power to the spaceship. So these switches on the side will give us an idea of what combination we'll need to get the correct power. So I'm just making a quick diagram on a piece of paper here. So that I have this in mind for later. Okay, we'll go back up the stairs here. Go back out into the forest. Down the path here is what looks like a clock tower. But there is water between us and that clock tower. However, I do notice that there's another switch, bringing our total up to 7. Let's take a look at this. Apparently, these have something to do with this clock tower. Aha! If we turn the large handle, we are turning the minute hand. If we turn the small handle, we are turning the hour hand. So apparently to solve this one, we need to find out what the correct time is. Okay, that would be this puzzle. So we'll move on. We have up here in the woods an 8th switch, a woods house, and a very, very tall redwood tree. So let's go back to this woods house and see what we see. A picture of a tree, a handle, and what looks like a boiler. Aha. We can turn this clockwise and counterclockwise. And then we have a safe. So we're going to need the combination to this safe as well for us to be able to solve this puzzle. So I think we can go back up the hill now. And I think we can safely say that we know all the number of marker switches on this island. So let's go back down this hill. I'm having a little trouble seeing my graphics because it's fairly dark and I have the sun coming into my room right now. Okay, Catherine. I'm curious too. What was the message he left for you? So we have 8 switches. So let's see if we can get this to work.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return. But if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, wait, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
Okay, well now we know the identity of the two that we have seen in those books. We had already knew about Sirius, and the other one must be Achenar, and we've learned that these were Atreus's sons, and that he doesn't trust either of them with his books. Now we know that a book has gotten us here to this island in the first place, and we know that books have trapped his two sons. So we need to find out what the mystery is. Why has he trapped his sons? And he talks about the library and the tower. There's one thing that we haven't quite messed with too much, and that's this map. We looked at it a little bit before. Now we know that this is the spaceship here, and we have ourselves in the library, and this would be the tower. And we can interact with this, so let's see what happens if we interact with this. We can hear the tower moving. What if we turn it toward, if we turn it towards the spaceship, we get this red line. And I think that's because we turned on that switch, but we'll find out for sure. So now we need to open up his library again to get to that clock tower. Okay. Let's go up to the tower. It's a good thing for us that Catherine, for whatever reason, did not destroy that message that he left for us. We can see now. We can see the spaceship from here. And we know that it relates to a book, because that's the hint that they're giving us. So let's go around, because remember, there was a key image. Aha. Do you remember the power that we needed? 59 volts. 59 volts is going to get us power to that spaceship. So let's work our way down here. And let's go power that spaceship. Back down to the library. This game can easily take hours and days to go through, but the graphics are so rich and the storyline so intriguing that you don't mind that you have to spend the time to figure it out. You know nothing's coming around the corner to get you, although it may feel that way at times. We'll use this to open the door. And we'll head outside. Now, to get that power on, we need to go down to the powerhouse.